Hello and welcome to the fifth round of FIDE World Cup 2025. I'll go through the decisive games that happened earlier today and we'll take a look who is going to compete in the tiebreaks tomorrow. And let's start by taking a look at the matchup between Levon and Arjun. So this is probably one of the craziest matchups for this round 5, because if you look at the whole bracket, there are some players, let's say 26 playing against 2600. So this is something like so-called little final of this FIDE World Cup. Levon was playing against Arjun, and Arjun with black pieces. Yesterday they made a draw, and Levon with white pieces, unfortunately here, made the first blunder, which Arjun wasn't able to use. So queen f1, and it's just very tough to spot the move, which was apparently winning here. I mean, you might try to solve it right now, because if you give me this position, I will probably not see it as well. Or, I mean, I have definitely to calculate it, because let's say, apparently bishop... Oh, so, yes, now I understand the whole idea. So, bishop h2. So, the point is now, I would first calculate something like bishop g5, because I think that's what Arjun calculated as well. So, apparently bishop g3 here. And if rook e8, h takes g5, no, that's impossible. And if rook f8, king f8, or queen f8, and the problem is queen h7, queen h2 checkmate is incoming. I mean, that's unbelievable. And let's say if king d3, this, king g1, queen h2, king f1, king h1, king f2, queen g2, king f3, queen f2 checkmate. So yeah, it's a bit tough to spot, and you might ask me, Romka, what's the idea behind, let's say, what if king h2? The point is now you take on f3, and you kind of exploit this diagonal, let's say, fork. I'm not sure how it's called. It's not a fork, but it's like double attack, and you basically threaten king, you threaten rook, you'll take it back, and the position is falling apart. Like, black are completely winning. But instead, rook e6 was played. I mean, normal development move. Once again, bishop g5 is probably what you shouldn't do, because once again, once you open h-file, it becomes a real problem, because bishop on c7 is just unbelievably strong. And despite white having two bishops here, I mean, they're worse. So what happened in the game was bishop g1, rook e8, takes, a3, h5, queen f2, and now queen f4. And here, once again, the decisive blunder. So computer says bishop d3 would have holded the game. Oh, I want to go sleep, man. I wake up at 6 just to spectate some of the games. So bishop d3 would have been equal, rook f1, but here, I mean, Levon played an obvious move in a sense, but this move is just super bad. And for those of you who haven't seen how this game ended, I mean, you can pause the video and try to solve this one, because it's very cute. But honestly, I saw some ideas of basically knight f3 at some point. Let's say knight f3 here, but it doesn't really work. So, but you use knight in a different scenario, because you play knight h3, brilliant knight sacrifice. The point is now, of course, rook e6, knight f2 comes with check. If g takes h3, rook e1, you're up an exchange, and a queen e1, queen f3 is a checkmate. So there is absolutely nothing that white can do. And if queen f1, that is critical. You can play knight g1, you're reflecting to checkmate on h2 square. And now the point is, if king g1, queen h2, if rook e6, queen h2, and if queen g1, you first take on a1. And the point is, once again, checkmate, queen e1, queen h2. And probably one more move to consider is something like g3, but I think it's just rook e1, queen e1, and then knight f3. And the point is, if queen e7, queen might just block, you protect the bishop, knight is protected, black are up a piece, and they won the game. So Arjun is through to the quarterfinals. I don't think we know... Oh, we actually know his opponent, and we'll talk about it a few minutes later. So let's move on to Nadirbek Kuboyev versus Gabriel Sargsyan. Nadirbek got... I mean, Uzbek team is insane. I'll discuss the results later. Nadirbek is very, very strong grandmaster. Bishop f4, knight d8, two bishops on the board, takes, bishop d5, bishop c2, threatening to play queen h7. So Black go b3, they're not really too worried about it. King f8, bishop d6, king a8, bishop d1. And with a little edge, black played, I mean, it is a blunder, knight c6, queen g7, and it turns out that black are basically hopeless. Queen a4, queen f8, bishop a3, block, king d2, and king starts running, king d6, king c5, and black admitted their loss. So the point here, guys, is pass pawn, let's say g5, h5, two bishops, weakness on b3, because once queens are traded, king goes to c3, and this pawn will be lost. So yeah, the position is hopeless, and Nagirbek is moving on to the quarterfinals as well. And the last decisive game of the day happened between these two grandmasters, Wei Yi played versus Sam 7. And yeah, it looks equal in terms of material, but now it's white to move. They play king f6, attacking the knight. Once again, if knight moves, king goes to g6, takes h5, it is a win. So king goes to d7. And now, after king f7, it turns out that it is a Zugzwang. King d8, bishop d2, king d7, bishop f4, and now the point is, if king goes back to d8, now you use bishop g5, you attack the knight, and also win the knight because king is pinned, so you can't really do anything with it. So knight d5, king g6 takes the pawn, king h5, and of course Wei Yi is good enough to convert such types of position. And one thing to mention is, let's say h6, if white had light squared bishop, knight g4 would have made the draw, because we have opposite colored squares. Bishop on c2 is a cheat, but luckily for white, I mean, not luckily, he's a gem, he knew it. So this is the same square as h8 square, and there's absolutely nothing that black can do. He also sacrificed this pawn, because now the point is, guys, knight doesn't have a lot of squares, and if king h7, g6, I mean king h6, g7, it is just basically queen promotes, and it is a checkmate. As far as other pairing go, let me quickly fullchess.com tab. So, Yohir Sindarov ended up drawing Frederick Svane after first decisive game, and he's moving on to the quarterfinals. We have two Uzbek players. That's unbelievable. Arjun Rigazi moves on. Semchenko and Daniel Dubov, two draws. Alexander Donchik, that was a drama. We had an insane endgame there, and Alexander couldn't convert, and they're moving to tiebreaks tomorrow morning. So let's see how it goes. Nadirbiak won. Andrei Spenko, Alexei Gebnev. This pairing is going to tiebreaks as well. Sam 7 lost to Wei Yi, and Jose Martinez Alcantara, Dala Hare Krishna. It is a draw. As far as the pairing go, so we already know one of the pairings in the so for whatever reason Wei Yi is not here yet, I'm not sure why. So Wei Yi is going to play Arjun Rigazi in the quarterfinals to 2700. So that means, let's say in this bracket we already would have only we'll have two 2600 players. In this, I mean, Nadirbiak is 2689, but he'll be a lot higher. He might cross 2700 after this event if he plays well enough. We might have 2700 here, but Lekman Liam has to win against Alexander Donchenko, which will be extremely tough task to do. Yohir Sindarov, 2721, he moves on, and he waits for the winner of this round 5 match between Pintal Harikrishna and Jose Martinez Alcantara. Honestly, I would be rooting for Jose tomorrow in tiebreak, because I want him to go through and continue his insane run, because he is very, very good and faster time control. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you might have. See you tomorrow after the tiebreaks. Bye bye.